Welcome to Cherryblossom Yoga. I'm Robin Dinerman. This is a half-hour Hatha Yoga class for beginning and continuing students. It's the end of October, nearly Halloween, 2021. It's a beautiful, sunny fall day, which is giving everyone a boost. And by the way, the booster shots are available for many people at this time. Along this thing of boosting your energy, we're going to do some poses that increase vitality or boost your vitality. So come join me. If you're unable to stand, you can do most of this in a seated position. Or watch and imagine in your mind that you're doing all this, and then watch it a second time and give it a try. We're going to be on our feet a lot, so I am going to rock back and forth and rolling forward onto the balls of my feet, back onto the heels of my feet, and lifting the toes up. And when I'm back, the hands are forward. So I'm also getting a little bit warmed up. Okay, let's do some shoulder rolls. And then reverse the direction. And with your feet, roll outward and then inward. So just kind of testing your hips, knees, and ankles here, or warming them up a bit. And then turn your toes under. And putting your weight on one foot, shake out the other foot. And turn your toes under. And shake that foot out too. So since we'll be standing or squatting in a sense, anytime you feel you need to, shake your feet out and get the circulations going again if that's what it feels like is not happening. So rather than beginning with your feet apart, we're just going to warm up the knees and then come back into mountain pose. All right. Coming into chair pose, Uttanasana, arms out at shoulder height and the knees bent, pressing down through your heels. Your arms are level with your shoulders, and check your shoulders because the natural thing to do is to reach out, but that puts you out of alignment. You want to bring the shoulders back so they're above the hips, and then test your thigh muscles at this point. So sitting and standing. And your weight should be pretty much evenly balanced over the soles of your feet. So we're in chair. I'm going to drop the arms to my sides, thumbs alongside my legs, and deepen the bend as best I can. So the knees and hips, everything's lined up. The shoulders above the hips, the pelvis is straight up and down. It's not tilted under or back. So we're going to inhale and straighten the knees and exhale and bend. Inhale, lifting the arms at shoulder height. Exhale and lower. And inhale up, deepening your in-breath. Exhale down, extending the out-breath. So as we're warming up, we start breathing normally, and then we make a conscious effort to take in more air. And we can help that along by lifting the arms all the way up, hands above the shoulders, and exhaling all the way down. And inhaling up. And when you straighten your knees, keep them a little bit soft. You don't want to press back and lock them. Exhaling and inhaling up. And exhaling. So from chair, we're going to go into a pose with the feet a little bit more than hip width apart. And as we do this, you can change the width between the feet to more or less. But when the feet are separated more than hip distance, you probably want to turn your toes outward for these postures. So find a good position to place your foot so that you don't feel any strain on your knees. So we'll begin in goddess pose. Elbows toward the hips, palms are flat and forward, and the arms are slightly out. And you think of yourself as a goddess, which I'm sure you do every day, or a god. And picture yourself strong, healthy, confident, and deepen your breathing, and then see if you can deepen the bend. So you don't want the knees to go any farther than the middle of your foot. Try to keep the knees right above the ankles. And the arms, you might feel them starting to creep forward. You want that line up so your back is flat. So from goddess, we're going to straighten the knees almost all the way. Lift the elbows up so the arms, the upper arms, are parallel to the floor. Palms are forward, and this is cactus. Exhaling and inhaling. So each of these positions, which are to boost or increase vitality or your vital energy, will help strengthen the muscles of your legs, and actually they're help build bones, or bone building for your legs, which was surprising to me when I learned it. And inhaling up and down and holding. So at this point, if you're feeling it in your thighs or your arms, you can straighten the arms, shake them out a little. So let's just do that. And straighten the knees, and you can do a little bit of a twist side to side. Come back into cactus. Shoulders dropped, arms parallel to the floor, like a straight line going through the shoulders, extending out through your elbows. Now, turning the palms inward, we prepare for the victory pose. And inhaling, the hands go into a wide V. You can tilt your chin up just a little bit and look upward with your eyes. And inhale, level the chin, and inhale up. And exhale. And inhale. And if your legs are starting to call out to you at this point, you can do this straight-legged or hold the posture. And inhale up and exhale. So V for victory. And exhale, turn the palms down, let them float to your side, and just reach down one side. Try not to fold forward. And then we're going to go into the expansive breath, which leads from the vitality breath. So, as if you're seated, and you can try this with your feet farther apart now if you like, and elbows about shoulder height, palms inward, and then inhale up into the V. Now bring the hands to the heart, lock the thumbs, and think of your back as staying flat. You're going to hinge forward and exhale, flat back, so you're looking straight down at the floor, and tuck your chin in, pressing your jaw into your throat, exhaling. And inhale, seated first, reach up, that little tilt of the head, eyes looking upward, deep breath, and exhale, exhale, forward Tuck the chin in. Notice how this feels through your lower back. I feel it's a strengthening posture. Deep breath in, looking up a little, eyes look way up, and then eyes are neutral, flat back forward. And unhinging. And unhinge. And either step your feet back together or heel toe back together. Pausing in Tadasana with hands in Namaste at the heart and breathe. And scan your body. Let your mind travel, especially through your feet and knees, into your thighs, up into your buttocks and belly. And then check your posture, your spine. Picture yourself standing tall and strong, your feet firmly planted into the mat, top of your head, the crown of your head reaching up into the sky. And perhaps your heart rate is increased. Maybe you feel some warmth traveling throughout your body. Your in-breath deeper, your out-breath more complete. These postures I've just shown you, especially the vitality pose and the expansive breath, are modified from a card deck developed by Olivia Miller, who's one of my favorite yoga teachers. Any of her books I would recommend, and her decks, if you'd like to study on your own. We're going to take a short break, and we'll return to Cherryblossom Yoga in just a moment. I hope you'll join me. We'll be on the floor or seated.
Each year, there are more than a dozen significant tropical and winter storms that threaten the East Coast. So chances are there will be more hurricanes and blizzards near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Welcome back to Cherryblossom Yoga. Come join me on the floor. If you are seated, you can just stay there. Or on the floor, I've folded my blanket underneath me and I'm seated on the fold to help elevate my hips, which makes it more comfortable for me to sit with my legs crossed. You could also sit on the floor with your legs straight out in front of you, whatever's comfortable for you. So in class, a couple weeks ago, one of my students said, what can I do for my elbow? It's like a tennis elbow. And people were talking about their hands and getting enough circulation to the fingers and so forth. So I have done in the past workshops on the hands and fingers and the feet and toes, and I'd like to share that with you today. So we're going to begin by sitting up straight, getting yourself comfortable, but your posture's good. And we'll begin by pressing the hands against each other. So I'm pressing from the heel of the palm right through the upper part of the palm and the fingers as flat as I can. And then the arms out comfortably away from your body. Breathe in. And as you're breathing in, keep pressing so that finally the hands are separated and you're pressing the fingertips against each other. And you're getting a nice long stretch, not only into the fingers, but somewhat into the palms. So a few of these stretches are really good. And exhaling. And again, try to match your in breath and out breath. Opening, you're inhaling, and closing and pressing, you're exhaling. And then I'm taking the little finger of one hand and I'm going to rotate it right at the base of the finger. I'm going in one direction and then reversing. And then gently pull outward. You know, did you used to do this when you were a kid and you hear all this popcorn noise? Well, I still hear some popcorn in my classes, but not as much. So rotating the ring finger and going backwards. And then the gentle pull and moving up to the middle finger. Now, depending on where you have or if you have arthritis, this is going to feel good or not so good for you. But it's always important to keep the joint moving, even if there's a little pain, unless your doctor says, no, don't do that. So I'm on the index finger and I'm rotating in the other direction. Now, the thumb's a little tricky, but you can do it. Let's see if I turn my hand this way or this way. So it goes deep into the joint here and then reversing. And the thumb is where I tend to get some arthritic pain, so I'm kind of cautious about this. And each direction, shake the hand out and pull the fingers you didn't pull, or pull them again. And then we're taking the other hand and rotating the finger away from you and toward you. Now I'm doing this fairly briskly. You might want to do it more slowly. And then gentle pull, and then the ring finger, and reverse. So today, for me, this is feeling really good. And give a little pull, and the next finger, the other way, and then stretch that finger, and reverse, and pull, and then the thumb, go the opposite direction, and a little pull or stretch of the thumb. Now let's just shake the hands out and make a soft fist. And then open the palms, stretch it, spread the fingers apart, move them in all different directions. And again, a soft fist. And I say a soft fist now because at this point, if I do a really hard fist, I could actually, more so in the feet, but sometimes people get spasms from clenching too hard. So also you can do these movements with your fists now rotating. You can do this with your toes and your feet. But remember, when you make a soft fist or when you stretch the toes apart or the fingers apart in the other direction, and rest the arms, place the hands on the floor, push the shoulders down, press down through your sit bones, sit tall, so direct your attention away from your hands at this point, and then we'll return. So I'm taking the first two fingers and I'm placing them at the base of the little finger and I'm pressing outward. And here you might hear some popping. And then move to the next finger Again, this is stretching way down here into the palm. Moving to the other finger and then the index finger. And I'm not sure how to do the thumb, but you could put a little pressure. And I'm cautious with this thumb. All right. That is, that warms the hands up, at least for me. So 2 fingers at the base and stretching. And then here. And then moving on up to each finger. You know, when you're practicing this yourself, you might want to hold this stretch, or you might want to skip it if it doesn't feel right for you. And then to the thumb. And release. I'm going to shake my hands as if I had water on my fingers. I'm trying to flick the water away. And rest your hands for a moment, palms up or palms down. And next, we move into the wrists and the elbow. So if you extend your arm, I'm going to turn just a little bit. If you extend your arm at shoulder height, dropping the fingers down, place your hand on top of the hand. So this is lined up, wrist with the shoulder. And I'm going to gently press against the hand so the fingers are moving in the direction of my armpit. You get a huge stretch into the wrist. It may be good for carpal tunnel for some people. And then I'm going to turn the fingers outward, like so. And again, pressing in and pressing. And you can feel the muscle here being activated. So this is what's good for tennis elbow. And release, and we're almost finished. The other hand out, shoulder height, palm under, and you're pulling, stretching, and then turn the hand outward. So the fingers point outward. Press. And release. And let your hands and fingers soften and relax. And sit quietly like this for a little bit. You might enjoy the sensation or the energy moving through your fingers. We're going to take a very short break, and then we'll return for the relaxation. I'll see you in a moment.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides at aarp.org/caregiving.
Welcome back to Cherryblossom Yoga. It's time for our rest, relaxation, and meditation. We have a few minutes. You can remain seated, or you can lie down on the floor. In any case, close your eyes and squeeze them shut. And then release the tension from your eyes so the eyelids are as soft as snowflakes on your eyes. And allow the muscles encircling your eyes to soften and relax. Press your tongue against the roof of your mouth. And then release. Allow your tongue to float in your mouth. Allow the muscles encircling your ears into your jaws and throat to soften and relax. Allow your brow to smooth, your scalp to soften. Breathe in peace and serenity And breathe out patience and kindness. Breathe in and pull the air down into your body. Let it fill your entire body and travel through your arms to your hands and through your legs to your feet. Listen to the sound of your breath. Is it smooth? Is it soft? And can you feel your heart beating? And notice that your heart rate has slowed down a little. And thank yourself for giving yourself this gift of relaxation and peace. Know you can recreate this feeling anytime you wish to or need to by finding a quiet place, breathing deeply, and letting go. If you're lying down, roll onto your side and start to come up into a seated position. And bring your hands to your heart with the thumbs locked, the hands right at your heart chakra, and open your heart to receive goodness, and beauty, and allow yourself to return goodness and beauty into the world. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you're feeling wonderful, and I hope you can carry that feeling with you into your day, into your week, and into your life. Namaste.